Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading called How to Break Free from What is Holding You Back. I'm so excited to unveil this message to you guys, so go ahead and pick a deck that you resonate with the most. So number 1 is my Wild Unknown Tarot deck. Number 2 is the Enchanted Tarot. And number 3 is the Universal Angel deck. Head to the comments below where my lovely subscribers post the timestamps, and I will see you soon. So for those of you guys who choose number 1, we have what is holding you back and how to break free from my Wild Unknown Tarot. So let's see what this message has to say. So what is holding you back? Ooh, we see the Lovers reversed here. Okay, so I feel like this could be a message about love, okay? Like a breakup or a twin flame separation or a person that you were really into just not being able to make that commitment, or you realize it's an unrequited love situation, and so this can actually really get you down, okay? And I don't care if you're male or you're female or you're they or you're whatever. I feel like, or where you're from, or like this is something everyone has experienced at least once in their life, is some type of heartbreak or some type of situation where you have a crush on someone and it doesn't happen or whatever, okay? So this is a message about having this type of experience and it really cutting you deep. Sometimes when something very powerful like this happens in your life, it can affect like all areas of your life. So because of a breakup or because of an unrequited love situation or because of a twin flame separation, all of a sudden your whole life can feel very sad or feel broken, or you can start feeling like, oh, well, nothing ever happens for me, or I'm never gonna find true love, or it's not even worth it, or just waking up and feeling really depressed one day, or just feeling angry or whatever. So this is a feeling, an energy, because emotions are energy in motion, an energy that's been affecting you kind of on and off lately. For some of you guys, it might be an extreme, feeling very depressed. For others of you, it just kind of left a bad taste in your mouth or made you feel a little jaded. Or maybe some of you guys have just shut down, because some of us do that when we're upset and it's made you feel kind of numb, or it's blocked you from seeing other opportunities, okay? So yes, this is kind of holding you back a little bit right now, and we see this card reversed. It's kind of intense, but reversed, it's a positive message saying that you're at the tail end of this already. You're already kind of breaking free from it, and your energy naturally wants to do that. So it's just maybe a matter of you figuring out like what to focus on to help you like move through this situation and heal from it. I think this is also a message that when you're feeling these types of feelings, it can feel bad, or it can feel wrong, or you can feel stuck, and you can feel like, I want this to be over. But sometimes the best thing to do is kind of sink into these emotions in a healthy way, to embrace them, to allow them to flow through you. I remember I had this really bad breakup once years ago, and it was so bad and it was so intense that at the moment, in order to survive, I just couldn't even. I remember I didn't even cry actually. And I just went to work the next day and I just moved on with my life, and I just told all my friends, yeah, like F that person, whatever, let's have fun. And it wasn't until years later that I actually processed that breakup, and it just kind of hit me one day, and I was able to cry, I was able to process it, I was able to kind of realize what effect it really had on me and like the things that happened in the relationship. And I realized at that time, I just, in order to survive, and because it was just too intense and too heavy, I wasn't able to really like focus on it. So anyway, since then, and after a lot of therapy, I've learned how to be able to process my emotions in a healthy way. And the best thing you can do is just not run from these emotions. If you need to cry, cry. If you need to, maybe process it or just kind of take some time to yourself. That's totally okay. You don't have to rush it. There's a point where you do ruminate, though. If this is controlling years and years of your life, or after a significant amount of time, you're not able to feel happiness or feel joy anymore, you're caught in a deep depression, then definitely seek professional help. There's nothing wrong with that. Definitely start thinking about, needing to get yourself to a point where you can be able to live your life and meet your goals and allow yourself to be happy again. But if this is recent, if this is fresh, don't force yourself to get over something overnight. And sometimes people will tell you just let it go, but sometimes that can be harmful. So anyways, that's my spiel on that, but I hope you guys can relate. I kind of feel like this is a love thing. And if it's not a love issue, I will just say this could be somebody passed away, or you lost someone that you loved, or related to disconnecting with a friend or family, or estranged relationship or something like that is a possibility. Okay, so how can you break free from this? Wow, we see so many reversals here. The first thing we just touched on is not to judge yourself. Sometimes when we're feeling depressed or sad about something, we start feeling like, oh no, I shouldn't be feeling like this, or maybe the reason they don't want to be with me is because I'm ugly, or I'm fat, or I'm too skinny, or because I look like this, or I look like that, or I talk like this, or like we can be very hard on ourselves and very judgmental and take it personally sometimes when we feel rejected in a situation, or maybe someone passed away. I remember someone in my life passed away and I blamed it on myself for a long time, and sometimes we just do stuff like that because we always think like, what could I have done better? How could I have prevented this? Is there anything I can do? Or you feel frustrated because you're like, I've tried everything. But this is allowing peace in your life, acceptance. I remember I had like a spiritual teacher in my life for a while. He used to tell me like, it is what it is. And that used to frustrate me so much, and I hated that saying, but I learned that the deeper meaning behind acceptance and that phrase, it is, means that everything's always changing. Everything's always growing. Everything's always expanding. If you look around, like that is the law of nature, the law of the universe. Like there's times in nature where the trees will shed their leaves in order to be open for new growth. We our bodies grow. Even animals, they start off as little kittens or puppies and they grow into a full-grown cat, full-grown dog. Like we grow, everything is always changing, everything's always evolving. So in order to move forward or break free, this might be changing your perspective over time to realize and not judge the situation so much, to accept the change, to be open to the change and where it could lead you. Maybe to open your mind that anything that is leaving your life is meant to leave, to make space for something new. I think back, in relationships, I think back to like maybe the first breakup I ever had. That one's always the roughest. And I was so sad, and I thought, I was going to marry this person. We're going to be together forever. And then now I realize like, wow, I'm really glad I didn't marry that person. Aren't you glad that you're not still with that person you dated when you were in 6th grade or 8th grade or whatever, or high school? Like, sometimes in your youth or in your earlier life, you think that this thing you have is everything, and it's a beautiful part of your life, but there's something greater yet to come. And that's kind of what this is saying. Don't judge the situation because you might not know what's happening behind the scenes. You might not know, there might be aspects of the situation that aren't being revealed to you now that will be revealed later, because that's just how time and expansion works. The next thing is, in order to break free, we see the Mother of Cups. This might be talking about healing. This is like, we're going to get deep, you guys. This is healing wounds. It could be the mother wound. It could be the father wound. Sometimes if we have a mother or a father or a parental figure that abandoned us or rejected us early in life, maybe that was absent or wasn't there, or sadly enough passed away, or was, dare say even abusive, or just emotionally absent or neglectful, or just not around, or didn't really pay attention to us. if we had anything like that happen in childhood, that can make breakups or feeling rejected in love, or when we have a crush on someone, they don't like us back, or twin flame separation or whatever, it can times that energy almost like by 10. Like, I think most people are going to feel sad if they're into someone, they're not like, don't like them back, or if they get cheated on or rejected, or like that kind of stuff is going to hurt anyone. But if you already have a core wound from your primary relationship growing up, it's going to trigger it. And so if you've been abandoned or rejected before, it's going to trigger you, and it's going to make it feel so intense. That's something I didn't realize growing up, why I would always get so, like, I would get sad in a breakup, but I would literally be in like the depths of despair, depression, until I started working on these wounds. So this is another one you might want to seek professional help for. There's, professional therapists and counselors can really help you kind of dig deeper to some of those wounds and be able to help you to face it in a healthy way and heal it. There's some great books and great materials out there. There's a lot of videos on YouTube about it. I always say trust your heart. You might be able to guide yourself through your own intuitive healing. Don't be afraid to seek help. But basically, sometimes just being aware that, yeah, like this is affecting me and I'm having a hard time breaking free because there's some other stuff that's coming up that I might need to pay attention to can help. One more way to break free, this one's a little bit more lighthearted and more fun, is this high priestess energy of creativity. This is saying that sometimes when you're just stuck with something kind of icky, you can process it into a really beautiful way. Some of the most amazing songs have been written about heartbreak and about situations like this. And so maybe you can take some of this energy and write a poem or write a song or make a painting or do a dance or channel it into some type of exercise or sports or whatever, something creative. And so that's going to be something that will help you break free and help lift your spirits right now. And as you move through this and past this, you're also going to be able to kind of reanalyze your world, kind of reanalyze what you're creating in your life, and be able to like plant some new seeds. So this is kind of a death cycle in your life. There's something that's kind of dying or decaying, or like, the trees, the leaves that are shedding their leaves, but there's going to be space left to grow something new. So you will be entering into a time of expansion and renewal and rebirth and growth. And so this is a message about that and about looking forward to what is to come and realizing that even though it might seem like everything's falling apart right now, there's going to be an opportunity for rebirth really soon. But this is an inevitable part of the cycle of life. So just do your best. There is no right or wrong way to do this and to move through this. It's your life, it's your process, and trust yourself and your spirit, okay? I hope that this message resonated with you. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who are here for this message and who chose the Enchanted Tarot, how can you break free from what's holding you back? So what is holding you back? How can you break free? So what's holding you back right now? I think I got them switched. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so what's holding you back? This is the Three of Pentacles. And I'm kind of getting this message about maybe your work or your career. Okay? This could be talking about the environment at your work, like your coworker or your boss. For a lot of you guys, I feel like it's one specific person that's bullying you, or that's on your nerves, or that's always jumping down your back, that's always kind of breathing down your neck, that's micromanaging you. It could be a particular person at work or related to their career, okay? I also see something about harvest energy, like feeling alone, feeling like you have to do everything on your own. There's no help, like you're struggling. So this could be someone who's like a single mom and having a rough time, or just, a single person. So if that's you out there, you're a single person, you're a single mom, or you don't have a lot of support from your family or for anyone, or financially, that can be what's really rough right now, and like focusing on that, and just that's like your life, and that's just what's really defining you right now. So I can totally, identify with that and understand that, you guys, it's pretty rough. So it does seem overall like what's holding you back is related to career, related to finances, and just feeling that lack of abundance and feeling stuck on some kind of plateau in your life, okay? This is also asking for help and asking for support or reaching out for support and just not getting anything back. So it could be like at work, like there's a lot of work being piled on top of you and no one's supporting you with it, or you're having to work overtime and you're not making much. You're giving so much love, you're putting so much out, but not a lot is coming back. You're working long hours and you're not getting paid enough, or something kind of like that. And we also see this energy of not feeling like you don't have enough time to take care of yourself, feeling like you don't have enough time to like explore or get out in nature or travel, feeling just trapped because of the situation. And so it's really rough. I kind of see some of that energy going on. And I also feel like you're the kind of person that does like to look on the bright side. So you're just kind of hanging on and hoping the situation will change. But there is kind of this little plateau going on. So how to break free from this situation? The first is this is a card that's talking about illusions. This is saying the first step is to get real about where you're at in your life right now and like what's really going on. So for me, going back to a job I had that was toxic, I remember making a lot of excuses and having a lot of beliefs like, well, you know what, they did give me a raise, and you know what, this is the only job I can get because I don't have a degree and I don't want to start all over at minimum wage. I remember thinking like, I've been doing this so long and there's so many people that depend on me, that kind of stuff. Or even with the finances and stuff, I would make excuses for how I was spending my money and be like, well, I need to treat myself, or like excuses for why I wasn't making a budget, I'm too busy. So just realize, where you find yourself right now is your responsibility, and you do have power and you do have control over my life. The first time someone told me that, I was really mad and really upset. And I was like, well, you don't know what I went through in the past. You don't know about the abuse I went through. You don't know what it's like to be a person like I am and to be in my situation, blah, blah, blah. But the truth is, no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, if you're an adult, you do have responsibility. You are the one who's created your life, created your situation, and you get to decide how you're going to play the cards that are dealt to you. You get to decide how you're going to transform your life, okay? So whatever the shitty situation is, I understand it, and I know sometimes circumstances or certain things that aren't there in life affect you. I know that there's some people on this planet that because of where they come from, or because of their skin color, or because of what they act like, or their disabilities, or whatever, like society can be prejudiced against them, and it's like totally screwed up. So I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like even in that situation, there are beautiful stories of people who have risen up and they've been able to do their best. So some people do have it worse. Some people do have a situation where like it does suck and it is unfair. But this is about your focus and your perspective. You can decide if you're going to focus on that and you're going to make that the excuse, or if you're going to rise up despite it and you're going to take charge. And so I think that this is just telling you time to rise up, time to take charge. You're going to be victorious. Abundance is your birthright. And this is the High Priestess. This is an archetype, a person who has the ability to change their life by using their mind. That's the power that you have. You have your mind. You control your thoughts. You control your dreams and your goals. And so basically, to break free from this, this is about programming your mind for success. I would recommend affirmations that are telling you you are powerful, you are worthy, you are capable, you can do it, you are abundance, you are rich. Like that kind of stuff. I'm gonna be recording some affirmations soon here on this channel because I have new equipment that I just purchased. Thank you to everyone who's been purchasing readings from me and donating to this channel, because it's allowed me to be able to do that and get the equipment. But for now, I will send you over to Jason Stevenson's channel here on YouTube. He has really great affirmations I've done myself that have helped me change my life. So affirmations will help reprogram your subconscious mind so that you can believe in yourself and you can take your power back. Also, be careful with what you surround yourself with. Try to listen to music with the positive message most of the time. I mean, I love all music. I think all music has like a really interesting message and can help you explore different sides of yourself. But if you really need to be careful and like really working on your mentality, try to listen to music that has a positive message. Try not to watch too many TV programs and movies that have like gossip and drama and violence. Like, try to just kind of do a little bit of a detox on your surroundings, eating healthy foods, drinking lots of water, like just taking the best care of yourself that you can right now while you take your power back. Meditation can help. Making a date on your calendar once a week to, do something for yourself, like, give yourself a foot massage or get a massage, or to take yourself out on a little date or go out into nature can help. And this is saying you will be victorious. So I wish I had like a whole hour to talk about this topic. I think I talk about this kind of stuff a lot on the channel, but these are just some basics. I think you're gonna break free from this. I also think being patient with the situation will help, but overall, just being real. Sometimes it sucks when you wake up and you're like, you know what? Not happy with where I'm at. That happened to me. Sometimes we fake it because we feel like this is the only situation or opportunity we have. But I remember a couple years ago, I was like, I'm depressed. I hate this job. I hate this life. I hate this apartment. This is not for me. Whew. Finally got that out. And then I was like, okay, I'm not going to accept this. I'm going to rise above it and I'm going to make something happen despite my disabilities, despite, being abused and screwed over, despite all the things I went through. I'm going to make this happen. Even if it's just little by little, even if I'm depressed and I just have to do one little thing a day, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to dream up some new ideas and some new goals, and I'm going to commit to them, and I'm going to be victorious, So that's the mindset, This mindset doesn't happen overnight though, all right? The affirmations will get you on your way. So I'm excited for you guys. I think you're going to own it at life. I think you're going to do great. This is just a moment. You're going to learn from it and you're going to do amazing. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Okay, so for those of you guys who choose number 3, the Angel deck, what is holding you back and how can you break free? Okay, so right now, what seems to be holding you back, and I say seems to be, because I feel like this is a perspective you have, is actually something you're healing from. So this is very vague because I feel like it's very personal for each person who's here. There's a lot of people here for this reading. It's very personal. It could be a physical thing you're healing with, emotional, mental, spiritual, but you're healing from something. And it's really draining you. It's draining you, and it might be hard even to do everyday activities. It might be hard to get out of bed. It might be hard to do your work. It's just draining you right now. And it might also be that some of you guys are having a hard time just being real with yourself to realize like you need healing. You need to pull back, or you need to seek help from someone, or you need to sometimes in order to become a survivor, you must first admit that you're a victim. So some of us try to just keep going on, and we realize I need to get help, or I need to heal, or I need to take some time for myself. On the flip side, some of you guys are kind of stuck in that victim mentality, or stuck feeling like a victim to life or circumstances, when we need to realize that you have the power, to change and to create your life. So I've been in both of those places before. I've been there before, so I'm not judging anyone here. It's just a problem with the healing. That's kind of what's making you feel stuck. It's either the need for healing, or the need to actually get into your 3D life and make changes. Some people use healing as an excuse not to actually go out there and live their life and actually make things happen. I've met people who read all the books and they go to all the conferences and they know all the terms, but they actually haven't applied it, And then I've met people who just don't don't really feel like they need healing or just aren't aware of it for whatever reason. And I've been in both of those places. So this is just saying this is what's kind of affecting you right now, is this healing process. So how can you break free from that? How can you thrive? How can you do better? And this isn't a bad thing. If you are in either of those places, it happens. I think everyone kind of goes through stuff like this at some point in life. Now, the first thing to realize is that throughout our lifetime, we're always going to be healing. It's a cycle. So some of us have had horrible, traumatic things happen, whether it's like abuse or it's just some kind of situation that's happened in life or some type of loss. And some people will look at you and say, just get over it. But some things you can never really fully get over, and like your whole lifetime is kind of going through cycles of healing. And I think that's kind of what it is for all of us. If you think about it, nature goes through that cycle. There are times in nature where things kind of decay and die, and the trees shed their leaves. And then there's time where there's growth and there's expansion and there's beauty and there's rebirth and there's energy. So this is an infinite cycle. The same cycle that nature is going through, we are also affected by. And so it's this constant death and rebirth process. And so I feel like having the awareness of that helps you not to judge yourself so much when you're going through a healing process, and not to expect it to go a certain way, and to realize wherever you're at in your healing journey is okay. And this is a message for all of you guys, that no matter where you're at here in this process, to occasionally allow yourself to feel happy or enthusiastic. That even if you're going through a healing process, then there are days and times and moments where you can still be excited about your future, and you can still allow a happy moment or joy in your life. Okay, so this is saying just allow this process to lead you. That's something that's going to help, is just allow yourself to continue this process, and you will find your serenity. It's not about perfection here. It's just about reflection. I love that. It's not about perfection, it's about reflection. And the message here for you to break free, I think really it's just not being so hard on yourself and doing whatever you need to do. There's a happy balance of like being real with yourself, being conscious, and then also not being so hard on yourself. It's not about perfection. I think sometimes in the spiritual community, people are just like, you got to reach enlightenment and you can't be upset about anything and you've got to let go of all attachments and always be positive. That is not the message here. It's okay to be you, to be raw, to be authentic, to be wherever you're at the healing process, and to allow your path to take you. This is your life, this is your journey, and you can do it your way. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Woo, you guys, those were some deep messages today. Let me know what you think. Let me know what, really you were sparked by in these readings. And remember that this is a general message. If there's something you don't agree with in this reading, then that part of the message might not be for you, okay? So if you're feeling like you want to be devil's advocate and disagree with something, then maybe just write in your journal or keep that to yourself, or realize, you know what, I don't have to think that or believe that, or that wasn't for me. Always listen to yourself and your inner truth above all else when doing pick a card readings. And sometimes these messages are just supposed to make you think, or it's just for entertainment. So just keep that in mind. Thank you everyone who's here supporting me with these readings and with comments on everything and liking everything. And I just really appreciate everyone who's here. And it's so fun for me to log on every day and to just see everyone's positive feedback. So I want to thank you guys all, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.